Have your friends ever tried to give you dating advice? Hey man, I think you should really date her. I think she's really good for you. She's really special. Or, well, I think if you're just yourself and you just wait, the right one will find you eventually. It doesn't even matter what they told you. I'm sure friends and family members have tried to give you advice in the past. And it's very important to understand that the people who care most about you in your life, they most of the time will give you very well-intentioned advice. They tell you what they believe is in your best interest. The problem is that they have an opinion but no knowledge. Their intent is pure. But let me ask you this. If your knee was broken, would you let your Aunt Sally perform knee surgery on you? Or your friend Mike or John? Would you let them perform knee surgery on you? No. Why not? Well, because you would never walk again. Because they have an idea of how a knee should work, but they have no expertise. Their data points are so limited that their intent might be pure, but the effects of their advice might be horrible for you. Tony Robbins tells this story that Jim Rohn, his first original teacher, told him. What happens if your worst enemy in the entire world drops a little bit of sugar in your coffee? Nothing, you have sweet coffee. But what happens if your best friend, by accident, drops a little bit of strychnine in your coffee? You're dead instantaneously. In Germany we have a saying, gut gemeint ist nicht gut getan. Well-intentioned isn't well. While their intent might be pure, the consequences of you actually implementing their advice might be horrible. It might be disastrous for your dating and your relationship life and for your overall happiness. These people may have had a couple of girlfriends, maybe they're in a relationship, maybe they're doing really well in their dating and their relationship life. The point of the matter is they have no idea what they're talking about if you compare it to somebody like me. I've now worked with men from 32 countries from all around the world and helped them find the right girlfriend or wife, get a better social life in general, get more high quality male friends. This is something that I've dedicated my life to. 6 to 7 days a week. For the last 4 years, I have done nothing else. Not only myself have I approached probably thousands of women. So I have a ridiculous amount of personal, not that you ever need to do that, but I mean, if you want to be a basketball coach, you better learn how to play basketball. If you want to be a jiu-jitsu coach, you better have won some tournaments. Because there's levels to this game. You can be good at the village level, maybe the county level, maybe the state level, but world championships, that's a different level. So it doesn't mean that you need to do as much as I do or nearly as much as I did, but that's the experience that I got. So I have a ridiculous amount of personal experience as well as coaching clients, as well as learning from some of the most amazing people in the entire world. I'm not a psychologist or a doctor, but my family, they work in that field. So I was able to learn from some amazing people in that space in Germany. So if somebody tells me stuff like, oh yeah, my friend said XYZ, it is completely and utterly irrelevant. You should only ever take advice from somebody who has the result you have. And even if they do, which most of them really don't. First of all, let's address this point. How many people do you actually know that are in a fulfilling and happy relationship? How many men do you actually know that have the dating life that you would like to have? I mean, you don't want to have a dating life. You want to have the relationship. I get it. But how many men do you actually know that are in that relationship? And again, not just in a relationship, but whether respected, whether with a lady they're truly physically attracted to, not just, yeah, she's all right, I love her, though I'm not one of those superficial guys who doesn't care about looks, but no, whether they're actually attracted to her and somebody that they can really have an amazing intellectual conversation with that's stimulating, where their values are aligned and where they're actually respected as men and not pussy whipped, where she doesn't talk to other men or they have to endure all these daily little doses of disrespect, this micro dosing of disrespect, if you will. How many men do you actually know that are at that point? Zero! And if you know somebody, that man still does not have the insight into the patterns as I do, because he's only speaking from his experience, his one limited experience. In addition to my ridiculous experience, I also have hundreds of clients from 32 countries. So you can listen to them, but it might cost you years and decades of happiness. And again, I'm not shitting on your friends or family members, They genuinely want the best for you. But again, well-intentioned is not well. They might tell you, just be yourself and the right one will find you. How has that been working out? We've talked about the importance of authenticity in tons of videos. And authenticity is absolutely important. Radical honesty is one of the most important keys to screen for compatibility as well as create attraction. True, but just be yourself. It's just not practical advice. It's the same thing as saying just be rich. Yes, but how? Maybe they might tell you, you know this one girl, Sarah, you know all this dating advice that you hear? Well, she's special, okay? She's really special. So I think you have to treat her differently. Whatever, that's nonsense. First of all, yes, are some women, more compatible with who you are, your personality, your lifestyle, your values, your general outlook on life? Yeah, absolutely. But the idea of treating some women one way and other women a different way is going to lead to disaster. What you want to do is you want to have a ton of volume, options from online dating apps, Instagram, social circle, and in-person approaches, then disqualify the wrong ones very quickly, and then you're left with some that you can compare and then choose the best one. And ideally, she does the same with you. Well, you bet she's doing the same. She's comparing you to tons of options. That's why you have to learn to stand out. It doesn't matter what your friends tell you. Even if they happen to be right, it's a guess. It's a semi-educated, lucky guess, but they have no data. Whatever job you have, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you work in computer science, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you're young and ambitious and you're only starting your career, maybe you're old, rich, and retired. Whatever area you've dedicated yourself to professionally, you realized that your confidence grew straight in correlation to your competence. And your competence grew in correlation to your ability to recognize patterns. You started recognizing patterns. These are the patterns that make an online dating profile successful. That's the bio that you have to have. Okay, or rather, the format of a bio. Oh, this type of picture doesn't work well. This angle. This type of a facial expression. It's micro things and big things. These are the activities I need to show. Oh, these are the habits of communication that lead to attraction. This leads to a loss of attraction, saying these words in such a manner. Not passing congruence tests, one of a million different ways. Violating certain social dynamics leads to a loss of attraction. Okay, gotcha. Oh, setting boundaries in such a way, it's gonna piss her off. That's too firm. This is not firm enough. It's patterns over and over again. And that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Do you know many people think that you have to reinvent the wheel? That there's some sort of magic or witchcraft or wizardry involved when it comes to finding the right one? No, it is just patterns. But your friends and family members will never be able to help you because they themselves have not gone through a process of creating a lot of volume for themselves and then consciously choosing the person they want to spend the rest of their life with. And one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your life, ever, is the person you choose as your life partner. If you want to have children, you better have somebody that you want to build that family with. You can't be arguing about unnecessary things. Life is going to have challenges. You have to be aligned on your core values. And even if you already have children, you don't want to have more children, you need to be with somebody where you're highly compatible. Me and my ex-wife, we weren't compatible. So we were arguing about nonsensical things. In fairness, I wasn't even communicating my needs in an honest fashion. I suppressed them. That's why I ended up suffering in that relationship. Because it wasn't right for me. Not because she's a bad person, but simply because we weren't aligned on our values, our personalities weren't truly compatible. Yeah, obviously to a sufficient extent, otherwise we wouldn't have spent years together, but still not enough to be able to meet each other's needs in a way that truly fulfill us. So the choice you have to make is, do you want to pretend that everything is going to be okay by listening to people who have zero expertise in a certain area and keep wasting your time? Or do you want to dedicate yourself to figuring this out? My recommendation is that you start taking this serious. The only resource you'll never get back is time. Money, you're going to get back. Self-esteem, after a date that didn't go well, you can rebuild it. And in fact, if you have the right mindset, your self-esteem goes up no matter what the outcome of an individual date, no matter what the outcome of the daily performance of your dating apps. Because so many men tie their self-esteem into the results they get on dating apps. Obviously, dating apps are amazing if you use them properly, but never tie your self-esteem into that. Oh, like, women really don't like me. If I can't even get any matches, how am I ever supposed to do online real-life approaches? All that nonsense. 80% of success in anything is mindset. 20% is tactics and strategy. In our coaching program, we have strategies in a completely authentic and respectful way that build attraction, that are magic. It's so easy. It's so easy if you have the right strategies that can save you decades of suffering. But most important is mindset, the way your mind is set, determined by two factors, your emotions and your thoughts. Oh, I think I should send her this text. No, that's a horrible text to send. 99% of men suck at texting. Your friend John comes to you, text her this. Horrible text. Just because John might be amazing in business, might be amazing at professional communication, I guarantee you for a fact he sucks at texting. Why can I say that? Because 99% of men suck at texting. I used to do so as well. I have a first-class honors in business. I was pretty good at written and verbal communication always and sucked at communicating with women. That's a completely different context. So here's my invitation. Fill in the application form for a free initial consultation. And we'll have a conversation. We'll look at your individual situation and we'll figure out whether coaching makes sense for you at this point in time. Fill it in, describe your situation, and one of the members from my team or myself, we're going to reach out to you and we're going to schedule that call. Life has so much to offer. Life is so beautiful when you have the right woman by your side, more high quality male friends. Almost all men, again, 95, 99% of men need more high quality male friends. You have no idea how much happiness you're missing out on right now. And you might say, David, my life's pretty good. Amazing. Congratulations. And you don't even need a relationship to survive. But if you want to be happy, we kind of need a high quality relationship. And I say high quality because just ending up in a relationship with somebody and settling, which is exactly what's going to happen to you at some point if you don't figure this out, because you'll be sick of being alone, will lead to a shit ton of pain. I've elaborated on my story in plenty of other videos. I've gone into the pain that I experienced, a lot of emotional pain. And I just don't want you to experience that. We have free resources. There's a podcast, YouTube videos, 2,000 to 3,000 short form videos, or you can just shortcut it. Apply for a free initial consultation call. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.